Hello, welcome back to Matt's Wander West 2022. This is day 5, and we had already left Diamond Bar, and Glen took off to have his ribs checked out. Carl took off across Oregon to visit some family, and Matt and I headed up into the hills. Although it was quite pretty, the devastation was really pretty bad. It was a lot of downed trees, which we found really quickly. Unfortunately, we took a little bit of time and scouted the area here. I thought, well, if this is it, we'll roll over it. But I saw just up ahead there was a bit more, and I could see off into the distance there was a lot of downed trees in the area. Devastation from previous fires, such, and this one didn't look like there was any getting through this. It pretty much looks like the way I ride motorcycles, laying all over across the trail, taking a nap. Anyway, so Matt scouted around and he found a nice little path around it, so we figured we'd venture out that way. I saw he was going through it and headed around. Boy, I love the turning radius on the Africa Twin. It's almost like a speedway bike without the sliding part. Anyway, so we took this. It was a little mushy, a little grassy, but obviously some trucks had gone through it, so we knew it wasn't any big deep holes there. And we were able to get around those two down trees area. So that was pretty sweet. Let's head back out on the road. Well, we barely even got back on the road. It didn't take very long before we found another set, and I clipped the video, but it was hardly worth it. It was only about 2 blocks later we come up to this one, and Matt found a nice little path. Sure, I'm glad he's the trail master. I didn't see that one at all. Cool. Thanks, Matt. Right on. But that wasn't the end of it. We barely got down the road another block or two and hit another one. This time I thought, maybe I'll try my hand at this being the trail master thing. So I headed up into the Toolies. Found a little workaround. Dived around it. Yeah. That got it done. Oh, except for that tree. Yeah, I didn't see it. So I motioned up to Matt. Told him to stay high, go around it. And I just had to do a little blast up the embankment. Woohoo! It's a dirt bike, right? I think that was pretty much the end of it for down trees, because from here on it got pretty nice. We hit this dirt road. Must have rained a couple of days before. It was road was a little soaked down in, but it was drying up on top. So we had a good ride, no dust, but you could really see the devastation from the previous fires. I mean, this area was just heartbreaking. It just went on for miles. And for all of those of you guys that are watching this thinking, wow, that really looks nice. Yeah, eat your hearts out. It was really nice. So I wanted to show everybody some of this technique of Matt's. He rides like this for miles, taking pictures, adjusting his camera, side shots, little portrait shot. Hi Matt, how's it going? Yeah. And he miles and miles and miles, one-handed, standing up, working with his camera. I swear the guy was sliding. You remember those stories Grandma told you about walking 10 miles in the snow, uphill both ways to school? Matt probably did it on one foot. Neat trick, Matt. Neat trick. I believe at the end of it he said he got some 5,000 pictures or something. Now you can see why. He does this all day. I can't even stand up that long. Well, once the dirt ended, we ended up into a little town just to get some gas. The town was Unity, I believe, and there really wasn't much there, but a nice little market. We were able to take a little break and have some fun. We passed these barns like this over and over, and you could tell they were deserted maybe 100 years ago. I kept wondering why people just don't take down that rat-infested thing. I don't know, maybe it's some kind of a historical thing. Anyway, so we met some nice people at this market. Everybody was very friendly, almost everywhere we went. We knew we weren't in LA anymore. And but we got some gas, and then as we headed around just to take a break and some snacks, I happened to notice they had a hose sitting out on the side. And my motto has always been, if you can't ride good, you can look good. And believe me, my bike was in serious need of washing. I mean, you can't be, Captain America on a dirty bike. Yeah, took care of that, didn't we? Okay, Matt was laughing. Yeah. But this wasn't the first time. Actually, I had oil all over the place. The fork seals were still leaking, and, it was just making a horrendous mess on everything. So I tried to hose it off as best I could. Once we got back on the trail, we headed towards Huntington. The idea was to, grab something to eat and find a camp spot. Matt had a couple of spots he wanted to see or check out. But I was having a good time on this road. It was well groomed, a little gravelly, and tended to open it up a little bit. Unfortunately, I separated from Matt a little bit, and he stopped to enjoy the flowers. And I am really bad about, stop and smell the roses. Yeah, that one's not me. But we headed on, and we got down into Huntington, and on our way, we wanted to camp at the reservoir, Brownie Reservoir. And we did. We set up camp and had a fairly good evening, except for the wind was really bad. But it was okay. We were still trekking along, so we'll see you on day 6.